we're going to go ahead and see what this one's all about. I'll have the link down below so you guys can check it out. Should be an interesting one because of the case here, just judging by the case. So let's go ahead and take a look, shall we? We're going to waste no time. Very premium unboxing so far. We have this sort of leather embossed branding here and whatnot. And oh man, here is the knife, ladies and gentlemen. Holy smokes. Is this Transformers, Megatron? Like, what's going on here? Yeah, this is going to be an epic one. Hope you guys are ready for this one. Smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and let's go ahead and dive right in, right? First impressions, I mean, what really draws my attention is this portion right here. I'm wondering if the knife is going to stretch at some point and maybe collapse the handle, and now stretching the handle because you want to make room for the blade. That's my hypothesis. We're going to see if that's the case or not, but that looks very Transformer-like, very futuristic. I like the bead blasted finish. It looks like it might be perhaps a little bit of a fingerprint magnet if you got sweaty paws. I don't know, I'm just going to give it a wipe here, right? This one is a loaner, so I am, of course, you know, someone else checked it out before me, so I was going to go ahead and give it a nice little wipe here and go from there. So it looks like we have a front flipper, we got a back flipper, thumb studs. I do like the very futuristic look to it. Almost looks like a spaceship, right? We have what seems to me like nice little inserts here, or cutouts for tritium. Like if you wanted to put like glow in the dark tritium inserts on there, you could absolutely do that. The model here is the Z01S, by the way. And again, we are looking at Zyac. Actually, it's not Zyac knife, it's Zyac knives. I stand corrected. There you go. That is the correct spelling. There we go. Again, a very interesting name to say the least. And we got linear solution back here, and then we have all kinds of hardware and everything exposed. Holes and everything. Is about to get very, very interesting here to say the least. So I'm going to go thumb stud deployment. I mean, this is, needless to say, a large knife. Again, it's folded and it's in my hand. It's already looking huge. So let's go ahead and bam, deploy the blade. Holy macaroni, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking at a Savage, yeah, M390 steel, bead blasted Tanto blade, right? It has both flat grinds on this Tanto geometry, and it's got a pokey tip, right? Like that favorite YouTuber says here on the platform. Opening hole and a fuller, which I'm not sure if we can use to deploy or not. It is going to be a liner lock, and we do have about, I want to say 30, 25, 20% or so on the lockup, more or less. There's your detent bowl, which we can see from here. And I mean, it just looks so interesting. Like even looking at this portion right here, we can see the liners. I wonder if we are on washers. Let me take a look here. Doesn't feel like it. It's actually very smooth on the draw. Downside deployment. That feels good. Reverse flick. There we go. That's actually pretty nice. Back flipper. Okay, that's actually pretty solid too. And front flipper, last but not least. There we go. So all of them are pretty solid, to say the least. And hold on a second. What's going on with this one? I feel like I can push this guy a tad bit if I wanted to. Okay. Looks like if, feels like perhaps a safety. All right. Something's going on with this button here. We're about to find out. I think, okay, if you guys are ready for the transformation, I think this is what it is. This button right here, this is not a plunge lock, button lock, or button operated liner lock. I think this button is a specific liner on this side, and we got to get the 5x zoom so we can see inside. There's that liner in there, which I think has to do with being able to collapse the handle. Oh my goodness. Just like that. Check it out. We almost lost the light in that corner. I'm going to address that in a second, but holy macaroni. Once it's in place, it's in place. You need to push the button to be able to expand it. And of course, it wouldn't make any sense. It would be very silly of you. Actually, hold the phone, right? The knife would not even let you unlock it, right? I can't even get at the liner here to unlock the knife, to close it. Because, you know, of course, you know, the sharp end is going to hit here. The handle's not long enough. So that's a very nice safety measure right there. Let me fix this light right here, then we'll get back to it. All right, we are back. And again, just kind of following up, guys. I think it's so smart that it doesn't allow you to disengage the knife, because otherwise you would hit the actual knife edge on the handle here. So prevents you from being able to unlock the knife. Kind of, you know, for what it is, you know, obviously it's not going to be a fixed blade, but it kind of will feel like a fixed blade in a way if you can't even disengage the knife. And yeah, now you have more blade than handle because the handle just got a little bit shorter, right? That is a very interesting mechanism. I have not seen that in any other knife before. I I honestly could not believe a knife could do that. Can't even believe that this is a knife and that it works this way. My brain is still processing right now. I'm like loading, right? Just trying to understand how this was even possible. I mean, there's obviously some crazy engineering going on here to be able to do so. So pushing the button, I'm able to extend the handle, and then, you know, once I let go of the button, it stays in place, and then now I can disengage the knife. So that is crazy epic, to say the least. If I want to, again, collapse the handle, I push on this button here, and then I can click it in place. We're good to go. I'm not able to disengage. Yeah, even if I push here, I have to make sure I extend the handle to be able to disengage. I don't know about you guys, so let me know in the comments, but I am still kind of trying to find the words here to process what is even happening with this knife. Obviously, if you got big old bare hands, right, big old bare paws, the larger handle is going to be the way to go for you. If you have, you know, smaller hands, I wonder if you can adjust at specific points. No, the answer is no. You can either lock here on the shorter position or lock here on the longer position. Those are your two options. And this kind of here works like maybe the rail, right? Kind of guiding the handle, this back piece back and forth. It's interesting how the linear solution, you know, like this floating piece, kind of like a floating island in the middle there. That is pretty epic how that looks. And holy smokes, guys. I mean, talk about something different, something out of the ordinary that you don't see every day. This is absolutely that, absolutely scratching that itch. Without a doubt. I mean, it's got a lot going for it. Multiple deployment options, right? Larger handle, right? Geometry and everything. But then the party trick, that is absolutely insane, right? Now, with the handle closed, I'm still getting pretty good ergos. I'm able to get a full purchase, full 4-finger grip. I have average size hands. Again, not the biggest, not the smallest of hands. Don't get a lot of jimping on the blade, and the blade does get a little bit skinny here. Towards, you know, like you got this chamfer here and there, so it goes from being this thick to being a little bit, right, thinner. But you know, this is one of those knives that's going to be more of a collector's piece. Let's be honest, right? You got this knife. I mean, it's going to have a premium price, given, of course, the fact that it's very unique in its design and engineering overall. You know, you're probably not going to think about this being your next beater, right, for everyday carry or what have you, but it will definitely be a conversation starter for sure. The fact that it can do what it can do and not a lot of other knives out there can do so. I have been seeing, I think, recently on some blade shows, other knives that can do, I think, a folding handle that can release twice as big of a blade to what the handle looks like. I think that was pretty epic. I think I saw that on Melissa Backwood's channel. Hopefully yours truly will one day be able to go to a knife show. Maybe 2026 is the year. I don't know. But so far, it's just been sticking to, you know, making my videos, trying to make sure the channel can be successful, can continue to grow. And, you know, I love checking out very unique pieces like this one. Somebody's going to be in the comments like, oh, that knife shouldn't exist because blah, 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 XYZ reason. And, you know, to people like that, I would say, you know, just because, you know, some random person or, you know, maybe you in this case, if for whatever reason you can't afford this knife, it doesn't mean there isn't a market out there for it, right? There's people out there who collect knives that have a bigger budget than you and maybe me combined, and they are willing to check out and add knives to their collection that are going to be a little bit more expensive, that they doesn't matter the price, you know, has something cool, something unique that they can add variety to their collection. I feel like this one will absolutely scratch that itch for sure. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.